Hi everyone, Happy New Year, Happy 2024. So we're almost a week into this year, and today I decided just to record a get ready with me video. I'm going to a dinner with my friends and I'm going to do a very fresh look. Strawberry makeup. I think this trend has been around for a while now, but I'm just gonna do it today because I decided that I don't want to do anything bright, and strawberry makeup is cute and it still has some color in it, but it's not bright, not the kind of makeup that I usually make. So without further ado, let's begin. So since it's get ready with me video, I will be doing my makeup, but I also will be talking to you and telling you about maybe some of my goals for this year, because obviously every time we get around the new year, we start thinking about what we're doing with our lives and what we have accomplished this year and what we want to do in the next one. So today I'm just gonna share maybe some of the things with you that I decided that I want to do this year. But let's begin with the makeup. Definitely for today's makeup, I really need a nice glowing skin. I'm going to start with this pads from Needly. It's a Korean brand. I'm going to exfoliate my skin a little bit. It says that it improves the texture. Basically, this trend is not so much about the color, as I said, even though we get a little bit of red in it, but then it's about this glowing young skin with perfect texture. So I'm going to get one pad. You know what, like they provide these tweezers, they come together with the pads, but still it's not so easy to get them. Alright, so I'll go all over my face first. Actually, you know what, I'm going to put on my ears so my hair is not in the way. I actually did my eyebrows already, so I'm going to be extra careful around them. Eyebrows is something that I'm still getting a hang of how to make them, so I like to do them on my own without a camera. And now with the flat surface of the pad, I'm just quickly going to go over my face again. It's so huge, this pad. It's so big that sometimes I use both hands. It's afternoon now, like it's early afternoon here, and I already went to the gym and I did some swimming as well in the morning. I decided that this year I definitely want to swim more and improve my swimming skills, which I don't really have actually. So maybe not so much improve, but actually get them first. After the swimming pool, I had my beauty routine. I used serum and cream. So today I'm going to skip serum, but you can apply it if you want. Again, anything that will make your skin look brighter, something that will give it an extra glow or improve the texture. I'm just going to go with this very light cream from Innisfree. Again, another Korean product. It's Black Tea Youth Enhancing Cream. It's very light, but it moisturizes the face pretty well, just a tiny bit, because again, I moisturized my face already today and I can still feel the effect, so I don't want to put too much, because if we put too much of the cream, and especially if the cream isn't light enough, then the foundation, BB cream, whatever you use, will just kind of glide over the face and it will be difficult to apply any other product. Alright, so just a little bit here and there. So now my face is pretty much ready and I'm going to go right into foundation. Actually today instead of foundation, I'm going to use a cushion. So this New Zero cushion from Romand. This is in the shade of 04 Beige 23. Compared to other cushions, whenever you dip into it, there is so much product on the cushion right away, so you gotta be careful. If you just got it, you gotta be very careful. I think like once I've used it up a little bit, it's gonna be less, but right now it's quite a lot. If you're applying foundation, it's better if you use a sponge. I mean, if you sometimes use a brush to apply your foundation, I think for this makeup it's better to use a sponge so that there is no extra product on the face like at all, and the layer is super thin because we are going to go with like as little product as possible just to improve the overall look, overall color of the face, but that's it. Even if your foundation or cushion or BB cream that you are using, even if it didn't cover all of your, you know, imperfections, if you have some pimples or something like that, if it didn't cover it up, it's okay, because again, it's kind of like makeup without makeup, but not exactly, again, because like there is some color, but the skin should be like skin without makeup. My skin color is more even, and that's all I need. Now I'm still going to go with my concealer, which is from Etude House, another Korean brand. Oh my god, like we're going, because Romand is Korean as well. I feel like it's a Korean makeup, not strawberry makeup today. Big Cover Concealer Skin Fit Pro Etude, and it's in 21 and 1. I'm going to put it over here, and from there I'm going to spread it out to my eyes a little bit, under my eyebrows and under my eye as well. But again, very thin layer of concealer. But here with the concealer, you go a little bit more if you need to. Like if you need to cover up the blue under your eye, you still need to get that fresh look. All right, so I wanted to talk about something, right? I wanted to talk about my goals for this year. I'm actually wondering like how other people do it, because I know that some people just, you know, have a like random self-talk about what they want to do this year. So they just think a little bit about it. Oh, I want to do more swimming and I want to eat healthier, but they don't really write anything down. I feel like for me, it's important to kind of write it down so I can go back to it and I don't forget about it, because obviously when the year starts, we're all so excited to make the best out of it. But then as like 2 weeks gone, we might forget about our goals. That's why there are so many memes about gyms, how like gyms are packed with people like during the first 2-3 weeks of January, and then it's like the dead season again. Actually, I didn't write my goals, even though I probably should. Like, I remember I was writing my goals before, like in a notepad. I'm still gonna do that. But another thing that I'm using right now, and I decided to use it again, I've used it before. It's an application called Streaks. It's very easy to use. It's very user-friendly, and it's quite simple and cute. So it doesn't take much time to set up, and it's really fun for building a new nice habit. So you just kind of create the goals or the things that you want to do regularly, and you set up how many times a week you want to do those things, or like how many times a month. And then every time you do that action, for example, if you want to, like one of my things, I want to eat salad for dinner like 4 days of the week, because like last year I was eating heavy food for dinner, and I eat my dinner very late because I come from the gym and I just have to eat something. But then I end up eating something very heavy, and then I go to bed right after, and it definitely makes me less fit. So I decided that I want to eat salad for at least 4 days a week. Another thing I still remember from the book by, what was his name? You know what? My memory is pretty good, but my memory for names is absolutely horrible. I cannot remember like the names that I've pronounced many times. So anyways, it's a very good book. I don't remember the name of the author. I will put it maybe right here. Atomic Habits. I think many people know about that book and have read it. I still remember what he said about building a new habit, that you have to go in small steps. Like if you set up a huge goal right away, like for example, in my case, if I want eventually eat salad, only salad and nothing else for dinner every day of the week, if I go with it right away, when I've been eating heavy food for dinner every day, that might not be successful just because it's like such a drastic change, but rather like start with something that is doable for you. Yeah, that's one of the things that I put into Streak. So every time I ate salad, I would, push the button in the application and it like shows a star for this day. And then at the end of the week, if you set it up to 4 days of the week and you did it for 4 days, then you've completed your goal for this week. And then every week they will kind of like keep the streak for you. If you have completed a week, you will be able to see your progress and how consistent you are, in a way that like you will see how long your streak is. Like imagine like having a streak of like 5 months eating healthily. I mean, that's amazing. And the fun thing about it is doing it with someone else as well. So you can like set up different pages for different like goals or habits that you want to build, because you can only like add, I think, up to 8 habits or goals to each page. So you can create multiple pages, or you can create multiple pages if you want to like categorize your goals. I have different pages because one of them is like my personal page, my personal goals and habits I want to develop. And then I have the one that is for my fitness mostly. Then we have a page for like me and my boyfriend, like our goals that we want to achieve this year together, and something else. And his page as well. Like he doesn't have the application on his phone. And so it's fun. Like at the end of the day or at the end of the week, you just push the buttons of everything you have done and you feel good about it. It's like a nice ritual, you know, like it makes you feel better. And then it kind of motivates you to keep up with your new habits or your goals. And also it definitely won't let you forget about your goals 2-3 weeks after the new year. So yeah, I feel like this application is very helpful. Okay, you know what, I really need to learn how to get ready with me so that I can do my makeup and also talk, because when I do one thing I forget about the other. A little coffee boost. Concealer is done, and now I'm just going to apply the blush right away. So the blush is kind of like the king of our makeup today. I would recommend to go with the color like this. So kind of like watermelon color. However, I don't have a blush that is exactly watermelon color. I'm gonna be using this one, Wrap It Up from Louise, and this one is the closest that I can get to like strawberry watermelon kind of shade. So I'm gonna be using this as well. I think it's better if you are using liquid brush first and then you set it with something powdery, or if you have a red lipstick in a stick, then that would be nice as well. I'm just gonna go with the powder blush right away and just maybe build it up. Good thing is that P. Louise is quite pigmented, so I think this will be enough. So I'm going to just like dab from here and go to the sides. For strawberry makeup look, our blush will have to be like all around here, like we've been kissed by the sun. Wow, that's so pigmented. On nose as well. And a little bit on the forehead. Yeah, something like that. Corner of the eye a little bit as well. I mean, it's gonna go away a little bit when we apply bronzer as well. And then we set it up with the powder. But right now, yeah, I look very blushed, very strawberry. I'm not used to seeing myself so blushed, but this is the strawberry makeup. And I never really apply blush over here. I always go like more to the side. I'm just making sure that the color is even everywhere. Definitely don't want to have red patches on my face. Okay, this is not done, so we don't have to worry that it's looking weird. For the bronzer, I'm going to be using the Sticks bronze from ColourPop. We shouldn't apply too much bronzer, and in order to keep it super light, we can just put a little bit on the brush. I'm gonna be applying it very high, I would say, higher than usually, and very little. I can see a tiny bit of it, but that's it. And the leftovers can go on the forehead. Once again, can add a little bit on the brush, like so. So, this brush is very big, so I'm going to change it to a smaller brush. Apply just a little bit on the brush. Go a little bit around my nose. So always so envious for the people who have like 100% straight nose. I like my nose, but sometimes when it comes to moments like this, it's difficult to deal with it. The next thing is to add a little bit of highlighter, and I'm going to go with this one, Dandelion Twinkle from Benefit. The reason why I'm choosing this highlighter is because it's very subtle, and again, it's not the kind of makeup where we need too much of anything except for the blush. So I'm just going to put some of the highlighter over here to add a little bit of shine. It's very subtle. I'm not even sure if the camera is going to catch any of the different. Oh, I think yes. But that's it. I don't want any more of it. That's good enough. And on the other side, just on the spot that is the highest one, on the cheekbone, polish it a little bit into the skin and put a little bit on the nose, a little bit under the eyebrows. Now we actually can do the eyes. So I'm going to just be using Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. This palette many people didn't like because it doesn't have enough of the deeper shades. It's quite difficult to come up with the looks. I do agree. On their own, like the shades here are pretty cool and beautiful, and I add them from time to time into my different makeups. But yeah, when I tried to do a makeup only using this palette, it was quite challenging. But today, we don't really need to make our eyes up. We're just going to use some of the shades here. So I'm thinking that all I'm gonna do is I'm going to deepen my crease with Faye, add a little bit of Holly to brighten upper lid, and I will also add a little bit of flutter in the inner corner of my eye. A quite big fluffy brush, go into Faye. That's actually quite pigmented. So I'm going to spread it around. I honestly just want to kind of hint that I have a crease there, but I don't want it to stand out that much. I'm going to clean this brush, and with the same brush, I'm going to go into Holly and just add a little bit of it above Faye and under it as well. I'm also seeing that I didn't blend out the bronzer that well, so I'm going to get my brush with the concealer and just blend it out again over here next to my nose. The reason why I'm less comfortable with creating this kind of looks, like the makeup without makeup kind of looks, is because like here everything has to be perfect. Everything. If you make a mistake, it's very difficult to fix it. With brighter looks, you can always do something. You can always fix a mistake and make it look like, this is exactly what I was going with. Now I'm thinking that I want, even though I like the pink here, but I want to make it less visible. I want to make it even more subtle, even though more like here I overdid it on this eye a little bit, so I want to make it more like this. You see how bright my underbrow here, but here it's a bit too pink. So I'm going to grab some white eyeshadow and put a little bit under my eyebrow. If you are tired of Oden's Eye Christmas palettes, I have to disappoint you again because I'm gonna be using Snow Dream. It has Goodwill here. That is the shade that I want to use for this space over here. So don't judge me too much. Or if you are not tired, then you should definitely check out my videos that I did for the Christmas marathon kind of. I recorded 7 videos for Christmas. All of them were featuring different palettes from Oden's Eye Christmas bundle. So if you are interested, you should definitely check it out. I can still see that there is more pink here, but It's okay. It's not like that dramatically bad. But that's what I'm talking about with makeup without makeup. You have to be very careful. Maybe the light also different. That's why it looks different here. Yeah, maybe like the light hits here more because I'm sitting with like light source coming from here. Maybe that's why. Like you can also see that this part is more pink than this one, and it's just because of the light, because in real life they are exactly the same. And we are going to draw a little wing, but it's not a must. If you are not into wings, it's fine. Again, the less the better for this makeup, but as I'm a big fan of more makeup, I at least want to add a wing. So another thing is this year is definitely gonna be the year when I'm setting up more fitness goals. I haven't been creating much content as well on this channel, even though originally I wanted it to be about makeup and fitness. But so far, I've only posted like 2 videos and 1 reel. By the way, you should check it out. So I do want to create more content, but also I have my fitness goals for this year. For example, like I can do keeping pull-ups, but not so many in a row. So I definitely want to start doing more in a row, like 10. And then also I want to be able to do at least like 5 strict pull-ups as well. Right now I can do maybe 1 if I'm fresh, maybe 2 if I'm really fresh and in good shape, but not more than that. Many people say that drawing a wing requires absolute silence, and I feel like they're right. It requires so much concentration that it's difficult to talk during. So, and another thing for this year, fitness-wise, so pull-ups and then handstand walk. I'm already practicing, but I haven't gotten it yet as a skill. It's not in my skill box. So that's another skill that I want to get this year. And I do want to participate in more competitions this year as well. Last year I did my first competition, like my first fitness competition. Before that, I had never even thought of doing something like that. I had never been into sports. I had never done sports for too long. Like I would get into something, but then I would drop it very soon. And to be honest, I would never be like really into it. But since I started CrossFit 2 years ago, like it became such a big part of my life, and now it's really fun to also show it off in a way, like not show it off so much to like other people, but kind of to myself, because when I did the competitions last year, like I did 2 of them, or 3. Yeah, I did 3. And I felt like it makes me feel like, yes, now like I'm making a lot of progress, because even when I am doing progress in the gym, sometimes it's difficult for me to notice it. But if I, do pretty well in competition, I didn't get any of the podium places last year, but I was pretty close. I got 5th and 6th in 2 individual competitions, and then I also did 1 team competition, like with 2 other people in my team, and we got like not such a good place, like I think 10th or 9th, but still, like it's, top 10. I actually don't remember which place we got, but definitely we were like somewhere in the middle. There were not so many teams there. Like it was much more difficult competition as well. So whenever I get a good result in the competition, I feel like, yes, now definitely I'm making progress. So yeah, competitions are fun, even though I get super anxious the night before. I almost die from anxiety, but then I think that's partly why I feel so great during. So I feel absolutely awful, like right before the first workout in a competition, before the first event. But once the first event starts, all of the anxiety is gone, and it's only like fight, fight, fight from that point. And after the competition, you feel so great as well, especially if you performed well. Doesn't matter if you got like a prize or anything, but if you feel like you've given it all, you feel good about yourself and you're full of endorphins as well, I think so. So yeah, that's why I want to do more competitions this year. I want to train more to be able to compete for the prize. But also, I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself because I feel like whenever it's a competition that you are doing to get there on a podium, it kind of loses its fun element. And I still want to do it for fun. Like, I know I will be feeling great afterwards, even if I don't get a prize, but I will get nice rating. But if my goal is like to get only prize, then if I don't get it, and there are many good athletes competing as well, so if I don't get it, I will be just, criticizing myself a lot, and that is not worth it. Because definitely you shouldn't have any negative self-talk after the competition. It always has to be like, we never lose, we learn. And if you don't do so well, or like if you don't get where you want, it needs to motivate you to do more, like to train better. I definitely feel that like when it's a bigger wing with a brighter makeup, I don't spend as much time. But because now I have to make it almost perfect, I'm spending more time on it. Okay, but now it's actually, if not perfect, then it's almost perfect. And I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm also actually going to set the pencil with Jazzy just because it's a little bit less satin than Maxi. Maxi is fine too, but it's a bit too satin to my liking. What else I would like to do is to add flutter in the corner and a little bit on the upper lid as well. In the corner, it would look amazing. I really like this one. I use it in different other makeups as well. Whenever I need that brightness that looks, expensive. A little bit under the eye. A little bit to add more brightness. And as well, a little bit on the... Actually, let's use a fluffy brush for this. We don't have to layer it as much there. Just a little brightness on the upper lid. The eyes are almost done. So for the eyes, I'm just gonna be using the mascara from Rare Beauty. I got this one as a tester, black mascara. Look how huge this brush is. Would be nice to curl the lashes for this one, but I curled them before. They still have a subtle curl. Feels so weird. I feel like I haven't done anything, even though it's a complete look for the eyes. We have two more things. We have freckles and lips. Let's go with the lips first. So for the lips, I'm going to be using a tint, Be My Tint from Yada. Yada Be My Tint 03 Real Red. This one is from Korea again. Okay, so go a little bit like so. You can add a little bit more. So tint would be very nice for this kind of makeup. But I'm going to add a little bit of pencil as well. But just on this part. And then later I'm going to apply lip gloss as well to make them look juicier. And right now I'm going to go with the setting powder first. For color face, just a tiny bit. Like pretty much I'm going to go in there just once or twice and spread it around my whole face. Actually, like you can do it before the highlighter, especially if you are using a powder highlighter like me. If you are using a liquid highlighter, then you can use the highlighter and then the powder. But obviously, I was thinking about liquid highlighter, so I did it first. But obviously now it's gone a little bit, so I'm going to reapply my highlighter just a tiny bit. Can add a little bit here. My eyebrows are going down. Why nothing holds my eyebrows? Even soap. Not for too long anyway. So one thing, if you accidentally put some blush on the tip of your nose, you can cover it up with a little bit of concealer. Make sure that the tip of your nose is clean and bright because that gives freshness to the look. It's okay to have blush over here, a little bit on the bridge of your nose. Also, it's okay to have some blush in the corner of your eye. But again, be careful. Don't make the same mistake as me. Don't over apply it here. I still can see that this eye is a little bit pinker than this one. All right, so now it's basically time for freckles. And now that I've been sitting here for a while, and I feel like the blush come down a little bit, and now it doesn't even feel like too much blush to me anymore. So I'm going to pop a little bit more of a blush because again, it's a strawberry makeup. It has to be red. It's gonna be like brighter red. So I'm going to mix this one and this one. In the camera, it looks pinker. In real life, it looks more coral. Just a tiny bit in these areas, because these areas are what makes this whole look, strawberry look. It's time for the freckles. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do two kinds of freckles. So I'm going to be using this kind of like, not a pencil, but a brush. This is from GRWM. It's really good. I love it when I want just a tiny bit of freckles. But for this kind of look, you need kind of like full-on, very natural style freckles. With this one, it's very difficult to reach that effect. So we're also going to use a different product. This one, Magic Retouch from L'Oreal Paris. And so this is the Instant Root Concealer Spray, but many people use it as a way to create very natural looking freckles. However, it's not that easy to use and there is a risk. I don't want any on my forehead, so I'm going to be using a tissue like that. So what you should do is definitely not spray close to the face because you're just going to get a stain. And it's good if you kind of like press towards the applicator and just do it like very lightly. I'm so scared to do it that I'm not doing it at all, I feel like, but it's better if you just, keep on trying to press it very lightly. Otherwise, you can just create a really bad stain on your face. A lot of freckles, actually. And so see, like here, I sprayed a little bit more. What you can do right after, if you don't like the look of it, you can quickly take off a little bit of it. I like it over here, but I don't like it under my eye. So what I'm gonna do is get some more concealer. I'm going to get just a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to go under the eye, clean some of those freckles. Same thing, because like now they are like your real freckles. So if you're not happy with some of them, you just can cover them up a little bit with the concealer. My camera died, so I finished the final touches on my own. This is the final look, and I have only one thing to apply, and that is lip oil. You don't have to do it, but if you have preference for a juicier look of the lips, you can do it as well. Yeah, I'm definitely more into this kind of effect, because otherwise I feel like my lips are super dry. A little bit more of a tint. Strawberry look. So as you can see, I applied some of the extra freckles with that Glam freckles maker, freckles applicator, whatever. Because I thought that, yeah, I want some natural looking freckles, but also since it's called strawberry makeup, I want some of those like very prominent freckles that look like seeds on a strawberry. That's what I did, and I like the final result. And see, the blush doesn't look so bad anymore. I mean, like, it doesn't look so bright. I feel like this is a very consistent look. I like my eyebrows today as well, which usually is not the case. And I know they're not perfect, but I like them today. And I think they're also like pretty cool for this look as well. My eyes basically are not made up at all, but they look cute. And I really like flutter highlight in the corner of my eyes and a little bit under as well. And yeah, it's just like a very fresh, young look. Obviously, I spent quite a bit of time making it, but if you're not doing it in front of the camera and if you're not talking at the same time, it will take like, I don't know, 10 minutes. The main thing is to not overdo your skin for this look. It has to look pretty natural. When I was applying the freckles and I was in my bathroom, I was looking in the mirror and I really loved the way my skin looks because it has that subtle glow texture, and like the color are even but still not overdone. Like I cannot see a thick layer of a product on it, which is what we're going for with this look. Strawberry makeup, do you like it? Have you done it before? Obviously I'm jumping on this trend when it's not a trend anymore. Maybe I don't even know, is it a trend still? I think this kind of makeup doesn't have to be in trend. So yeah, have you ever done it before? Do you like what I did? What would you do differently? What are your goals for this year? Please let me know. Also, please like this video and subscribe and share it if you want. And I will see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching.